Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation with me, your coach, Michelle. So, you guys, happy Winning Wednesday to each and every one of you. I am hoping and praying that your day has been absolutely amazing. And even if it wasn't amazing, you still have had a great day nonetheless. So, before I jump into this video topic, again, take note of my Ravens blanket. As y'all can see it back there in the back. But also take note of my Raven shirt. I decided to go ahead and throw the shirt on today. The blanket lives in the back seat just because I learned a long time ago that, during the winter months, you always want to keep a blanket in the back because you just never know when you might need it. So I figured, well, let it be something that I want to look at, Not that I don't have other blankets, but I do like looking at that one, so I keep that one back there. And I decided, let me throw on the shirt today to go with the blanket. Look at that. Now, today's topic is how to stop overthinking. And I'm going to be giving you 10, is it 10? Yes, it is. 10 Stoic principles that we're going to talk about in this video, you guys. I'm so excited. So let's jump right on in. Oh, and before I jump in too, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, make sure you give this video a thumbs up because it helps the algorithm, you guys. And that's allowing my videos to be seen by more people. And I want to say thank you so much when I go in and I happen to see, wow, this video's got a lot of likes on it. I'm loving it. So thank you so much for that. Please make sure you hit the like button. Share it with someone if you know someone that can use it, all that other good stuff. But y'all don't wait. Go ahead and hit that that subscribe button. Now, if you are tired of overthinking things and feeling overwhelmed, here are 10 Stoic techniques that can help you. Number 1, visualize your overthinking as an external force. So overthinking can sneak up on you like fog rolling in on what was a clear day. It starts as a single worry or an idea, but quickly expands until it can knock you off your feet. Our minds get crowded with thoughts of what if, what's next, or what could have been. Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This is why we must recognize that our thoughts are not the care of who we are. Instead, they are endeavors of our peace. Remember, your thoughts can only disrupt your peace if you hold on to them. Now, I don't know about you guys. Let me crack this window because it's a little hot. I don't know about you guys, but I have been down that road too many times where I just allow so many things to overwhelm me, to overcrowd my mind, where I have too many things going on at one time. And I've shared with you all before, for those of you that don't know, one of the things that can bring on a seizure is stress. And so I have to consciously make myself not get overwhelmed and stressed out about things. Sometimes it can be something just that's so simple, but because I have too many things going on in my mind at one time, it can cause a seizure to come on, and it comes on just like this. It's like The Perfect Storm. You all saw that movie, The Perfect Storm. I actually have that tattooed over my my back over here on the left side. Or wait a minute, no, it's on this side because I have the butterfly over here. But I digress. But it's like the perfect storm. The wind starts to come, and the waves in the sea start to roll, and just like that storm just comes out of nowhere. It's destructive. It tears up, and just like that, it's gone. That's how a seizure happens. And part of it, like I said, has to do with being stressed out and being mentally overwhelmed. That is why when I start to feel like I'm becoming mentally overwhelmed, I take a couple of deep breaths and I say, okay, Michelle, this is what we're not going to do. Let it go. Write down whatever that thing or those things are. Write it down on a piece of paper. Put it to the side, and we'll come back to it later on. But what we're not going to do is have a meltdown over something that's not even worth stressing over. But the key takeaway that I wanted you to remember is, and all this will be in the description box, is that your thoughts can only disrupt your peace if you hold on to them. And that's exactly what happens when I become stressed about things. I hold on to it. And I'm learning, Michelle, it's all right to let it go. It's all right if you don't have all the answers to everything that you need. Let it go. It's all right. Pick it up later on. Revisit it the next day, the following week, the next month, the next year. Doesn't matter. But you don't always have to have the answer to everything. And then also taking on other people's stresses too. We got to learn to let that go. Number 2, take control by refocusing your energy. So have you ever replayed the same worries over and over until you're mentally exhausted? It's like having a ton of browsers open in your mind, each without a video playing on full blast. Each with a video playing on full blast, and you can't seem to hit the pause button. We live a life where we are always persuaded to stay on top of everything all at once. This can lead to a relentless cycle of overthinking. Just like you have to tidy up your cluttered desk, you also have to do the same with your cluttered mind. It's about taking back control and quieting the endless noise of what could be so you can appreciate what is. So, like I said, number 2 is about taking control by refocusing your energy. Again, when I feel like I'm becoming overwhelmed, I have to refocus my energy. And as I shared with you all, we feel like we have to be on top of everything all at one time. And again, I don't have to be on top of everything. It's all right if I'm not. I have journals. Write it down in my journal. Pray over it and say, all right, Lord, I'm going to let you handle it. Because this is what I used to do, y'all. And this is true. I used to say, okay, Lord, now you know I need to deal with ABC, XYZ. So I'm going to deal with ABC. I'll let you handle XYZ. Or I may say, I'm going to deal with ABC, XY, and you can handle Z. I can handle the other stuff. But the thing is that God is saying, now, Michelle, I don't need you to do any of that. If you're going to give it to me, give it to me. I was giving it to God and then trying to tell God how to do whatever that thing is that I needed done. And I didn't need to do that because God already knew what needed to be done. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we've got to stop thinking that we have to be on top of everything all at one time, because you don't. All you're doing is just worrying yourself into an early grave. Let it go. Let it go. Number 3, embrace impermanence and practice letting go. So our minds get stuck in a what is this? Oh, in a loop, and it keeps on rehashing events from the past or fretting over the future. This is the perfect playground of overthinking. This is where our thoughts get sticky and they linger on longer than they're welcome. This is a challenge that doesn't discriminate. Hear what I'm saying, you guys. This is a challenge that does not discriminate. Your mind doesn't say, I'm only going to do this because you're black or because you're Hispanic or you grew up here or you grew up there. No, it does not discriminate. It affects all of us at some point in time. And if you say, well, I haven't dealt with it, keep on living, because it affects everybody at some point in time. Some people it just affects more often than not. So everything changes, and this includes the thoughts that seem so something other in our heads. Sometimes I can't read my own writing, y'all, but it'll be in the description box. This is why we have to understand that thoughts come and go. They are not eternal. This is a type of mental decluttering, and you do this by letting go of thoughts that don't serve you. I've talked about this before. If you are walking around and you have thoughts in your mind that serve no real purpose in your life, I need you to let them go. Let them go. Stop holding on to them. Some of you all are walking around here right now and you're holding on to something that somebody said to you when you were in the 4th grade. And here you're in your 50s now. Let that go. Some of you are walking around here and you're holding on to something that somebody on your job said to you 4 or 5 jobs ago. Let it go. Stop holding on to things that serve no positive purpose in your life. See, I've come to a place in my life, and I've done this a couple of years ago. I started doing this, that when things pop up in my mind, if it adds no value to my life, I let it go. And only you know whether that thing or those things add value to your life. If it doesn't, let that mess go. Why are you holding on to it? Because all it's doing is beating you down. I shared with you all before about the relationship, and here I couldn't stand this guy. If I heard his name, not necessarily him, but his name, because other people do have that name as well. Oh my God, I could feel my blood pressure going to the roof. Couldn't stand him. Could not stand him. And then I had to say to myself, Michelle, look, you got to let that go, sweetie, because all you're doing is hurting yourself. All you are doing is stressing yourself out. That man has gone on about his life. He's probably not thinking about you and could care less about what he did. Let it go, sweetie. Stop holding on to something that you should have let go a long time ago. And I get it. I get it. Everybody deals with hurt and anger differently. But if you insist on continuing to hold on to stuff, all you're doing is wearing yourself into, like I said, an early grave. And those people aren't even thinking about you. So you need to let go of those things, those thoughts that don't serve you anymore. Number 4, create a worry period. Now, I like this. So it's common for all of us to deal with the worries that live at the back of our minds. These worries can hijack our thoughts at any time, any day or hour. It's like your mind is a stage, and these concerns are the uninvited actors who won't leave. Set a time every day where you will give time to your worries, and during this time you jump in with both feet as you think about what it is that you're really worried about. Come up with ways that you can get past your worries. Oftentimes we will find that our worries are much bigger than what we are making them out to be. Or I think what I meant to say is we make a big deal out of it, and it's not as big as we make it out to be. Once your worry period is over, then you can no longer worry about your worries, okay? So essentially, you're going to set aside time. You say, okay, you know what? I'm going to set aside 30 minutes today to worry about whatever it is I need to worry about. And you're not worrying just because you want to worry. You're worrying in a sense that you are writing down what the problem is and coming up with a solution. That's the purpose for your worry period, okay? And then at the end of that time, whatever time frame you give it, like I said, it could be 30 minutes, it could be 45 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be 2 hours, it could be 5 hours, doesn't matter, it's up to you. But once that period of time is over, that's it. You don't worry about it anymore. You don't worry about it anymore outside of that period of time. But like I said, the thing is that you want to make sure you're coming up with solutions. You're not just worrying because you don't have anything else better to do. That is a time for you to say, okay, I got these 5 things on my plate that I got to figure out what I'm going to do with. So I'm going to write them down. And then you begin to write down the steps that you can take to fix whatever that issue is or whatever those issues are. But once that period of time that you allotted for that is over, it's done. Let it go. Let it go. Use that time, like I said, use it wisely, because once you're done, you don't get to come back and go, oh, you know what? I forgot. No, you can't, because you had that time set aside for that. And that's where you're trying to come up with solutions. We're not just going to have a pity party, because we don't do that. Okay, we don't do pity parties. You are using that time to come up with solutions. And it might be that you need to write down whatever your worries are, take them to the Lord. As the song says, take your burdens to the Lord and leave them there. Take your burdens to the Lord and leave them there. That's what you do during that period of time. And when it's over, it's done. It's done. It is finished. It's in God's hands. You're going about your business and let God do what only he can do. Number 5, break down overwhelming thoughts into actionable steps. So Marcus Aurelius once said, the impediment to action, wait a minute, I can't even read this, advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. When your mind is racing with a big worry or a complex problem, the trick is to slice it down into smaller, manageable pieces. Ask yourself, what's the very next step you can take? Not all 5, 10, or 20 steps down the road, but just the very next one. These small steps will keep you from overthinking. Y'all, this is so self-explanatory, but some of you all have too many things going on in your life. And you say, okay, in order for me to take care of this issue right here, it's going to take me 10, 15 steps. And you're trying to come up with all of them at one time. And all I'm asking you to do is come up with the next step. What is the very next thing you need to do? And once you do that next thing, okay, you've got that done, check it off. What's next? You do that, check it off. What's next? Stop looking, because sometimes we get so caught up with looking so far down the road that it just causes us to stress even more, because we see that we have so many things we need to do instead of focusing on the right here and now. Break it down into actionable pieces, and that will keep you from overstressing, because you're not worried about the big picture. Okay, you know what all needs to be done, but we're only taking everything one step at a time. Number 6, shift your perspective to gratitude. Seneca once said that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This nugget of Stoic wisdom is a call to shift our perspective from lack to abundance, from overthinking to gratitude. It's about recognizing the value of the present moment and the many blessings we often overlook when we're busy worrying about what's to come. You all, I thought that was so powerful. And I know for a fact, because I've been down that road, so I know other people have experienced it as well. Sometimes we miss how blessed we truly are because we're looking at the big picture. And it's, instead of saying, okay, you know what, Lord, I'm not going to focus on the fact that I don't have all the money I need for this bill, or I don't have the car that I want, or I'm not living in the home that I would like, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. I have a job, Lord, but it's not the job I really want. Be blessed. Be grateful for the job you have. And when you go to God, you say, Lord, I thank you for the job that I have. It's not the one that I want, Lord. You know the desires of my heart, but I'm grateful for what I have right now. And if you don't give me anything else, Lord, I'm still going to be grateful for what I have. That way, you're not saying, well, Lord, you know what? I can't be grateful for this because this isn't what I want, or this isn't enough. No, let's not do that. Let's not be ungrateful. We need to learn to be grateful for what we have, for where we are right now, as we wait for God to bless us for the other stuff that is to come. And not only that, like I said, it really bothers me when I hear people talk and they're not grateful for what they have, because at the end of the day, whatever it is that you have, in a lot of cases, it's more than what somebody else has. There's somebody out here right now that says, hey, I would love to have that job cleaning up trash on the side of the road, because right now they don't have a job at all. You might not want to be picking up trash outside of your apartment or outside of an apartment complex, but you're getting paid to do it. It's a job. Somebody somewhere says, hey, I wish I even had that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we have to learn to be grateful for what we have while we wait for God to give us the desires of our heart. And I'll tell you this real quick, and I'm going to keep it moving. Sometimes God says, you know what? I'm going to bless them, but I'm not going to do it just yet, because they're yet to be grateful for what I've already given them. They're yet to be grateful for what they have. And they're so busy talking down about what they don't have that they don't see how I've already blessed them where they are. So I'm going to wait until they decide to start being grateful for what they already have, and then I'm going to give them more. So keep that in mind as well. Number 7, focus on effort, not outcome. The projection into the future can paralyze us with fear as we obsess over the potential consequences of our actions rather than the actions themselves. We live in an outcome-driven society where the end often justifies the means. This can make us believe that if the outcome is uncertain, then the journey is not worth embarking on. Epictetus says, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our efforts and intentions rather than the outcomes that we can't control. Again, it goes back to that whole worrying about things that you have no control over. I have no control of the weather this week, none whatsoever. So all I can do is dress for the weather, prepare for what is to come, but I have no control over it. So why am I going to stress over the fact that we had some really nice sunny days last week? Like early today, it was nice out. It was sunny. In fact, that's why I didn't do my video, because when the sun is out like it was earlier, it's hitting the back of my phone and it causes my phone to overheat, and then it'll just shut the video off. So I have to kind of wait until that sun kind of dials back just a little bit. Even though it was a little breeze out, because I think it only got up to like the mid 60s, I believe, but the sun being out made it feel warmer than it actually was. But I have no control over the weather. So why would I sit around going, Lord, I wanted to do my video earlier and I couldn't because of the sun being out? Okay, it is what it is. I come out when I can and get the video done and go on about my business. I'm not going to sit here and stress over something that I can't change. For what? For what? Number 8, practice voluntary discomfort. Marcus Aurelius once said, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. This encourages us to face things head on, and by practicing voluntary discomfort, we can train our minds to handle uncertainty and reduce overthinking. It's about small chosen actions that take us out of our comfort zones, teaching us resilience and adaptability. Do something that disrupts your normal routine and sit with whatever feelings come up without judgment. This isn't about punishment. It's about showing yourself that discomfort isn't so scary as your overthinking mind makes it out to be. I know I said a mouthful, but at the end of the day, we've got to practice stepping outside of our comfort zone. And too often, I know it, we don't like to do that because you're not sure what's outside of that comfort zone. But I've learned that I would have missed out on a lot of blessings in my life had I not stepped outside of my comfort zone. And so I am thankful whenever I get an opportunity to step outside of my comfort zone. Because again, your mind is making that unknown seem more scarier than it actually is. And you're bringing it on yourself. Okay? So I need you to learn how to practice voluntary discomfort. See, if I'm going to voluntarily be discomfort now, then I won't be later on. Number 9, reflect on the transience of life. So Seneca once said, we are not given a short life, but we make it short. We are not ill supplied, but wasteful of it. This reminds us that time spent overthinking is a moment not fully lived. We should regularly take a step back and consider our life in its entirety. You all, this is so powerful. And this is something that many of us really need to start doing more of, or get started doing it, period. Like I said, we have to take a step back and really look at our lives. Our lives are not as long as we think they are. I mean, they're long enough. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to shorten your life by any means. Don't understand what I'm not saying. But what I'm saying is life in itself, if you're not careful, you just like right now, look at where you are right now. And you go, wow, seems like just yesterday I was getting out of high school. Or it seems like just yesterday I was in my 20s. Or it seems like just yesterday I was in my 30s. Or whatever your age is. Time is moving fast. And if you like to sit around and you overthink things and you spend time overthinking what is to come, what's down the road, and not living in the moment, you are missing out on so much stuff. So let's start today not overthinking it. Now, here's what I'm not saying. I'm not saying don't have a care in the world. I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm saying is don't spend a bunch of time overthinking things that you've got to do at the end of the week. Live for today. You know what you've got to do on Friday or Saturday or even Sunday. That's going to take care of itself. And if you plan correctly, you're already, ready for whatever that thing or those things are. Stop stressing it. Stop stressing it. If you're putting on an event, either people are going to come or they're not. It is what it is. But don't stress over it. Make up in your mind that whoever comes, I'm going to give them the best doggone workshop I can. So if you are expecting 40 people and only 10 show up, you give those 10 the best performance that you can give them. Let them know that, hey, I value you. I'm glad that you're here. I don't know why the other people didn't show up, but I'm going to go all out for these 10 like I would for the 40 that I had expected. But stop stressing over it, you guys. You've got to live for right now. And last but not least, number 10, seek wisdom from outside yourself. Seneca once said, consult your friend on everything, especially on those matters concerning yourself. His counsel may then be useful where your own self-love might impair your judgment. These simple words encapsulate a profound truth that can help navigate the stormy seas of overthinking. Looking outside of ourselves can break the cycle of ramification. It could be the fresh perspective of a friend, the impartial advice of a mentor, or the timeless wisdom found in literature. My takeaway from that is simply this. If all you do is look at yourself for the answers, we have a way of lying to ourselves. Let's just keep it real, okay? That's why a lot of times people don't want to ask folks, well, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? Because my hand is raised. I'm that friend. I'm going to be honest with you. If you say, Michelle, do you think that I'm a good person? Do you think I'm a nice person? And I know for a fact that you've got a nasty mouth on you. You're always looking at the negative in everybody. You never point out the good in somebody else's life, but you want other people to do it for you. I'm that friend, hand is raised, that I'm going to tell you that about yourself. Now, you may not like me afterwards, and that's all right. That's all right, because I'm still going to love me. But I can't call myself your friend if I'm not going to be honest with you. If I know that you have a great business idea, but you only take it on when you feel like it, you only take it on when you feel motivated, I'm going to say to you, because I'm everybody's accountability partner, okay? Because especially if you told me that something that you want to do, I'm going to say, hey, how's whatever that thing is coming along? And you're going to say, oh, well, girl, I don't know. I don't really feel like being bothered with it this week. I'll get back on it next week. Oh, okay. Well, if you don't mind me asking, what is it that's keeping you from taking it on? Are you trying to bite off too much of it? is there something that's holding you back? Because sometimes we don't want to take on things because we have to deal with certain people. And then I'll give you that advice to say, okay, you know what? You're going to have to deal with that person. I know you don't want to, but you're going to have to. If I were you, this is how I would approach it. And a true friend is going to be honest with you. A true friend should be able to say to you, you're nasty. A true friend should be able to say, I noticed that whenever other people are doing good things, you never point that out, but you always want them to point out the good that you're doing. Have you ever noticed that about yourself? Now, I'm pretty sure they know it. And sometimes they haven't realized it. But if they get mad at you, let them get mad. Get mad, get glad. Who cares? You're not a true friend when you sit and you lie to people. You have a friend that likes to run around with a bunch of men, or a male friend that likes to run around with a bunch of women, and you know for a fact that people are talking about them like a dog behind their back. Pull them to the side and say, hey, look, you know what? I'm your friend. I love you. But I think you need to kind of slow down on this run in the streets, because people are talking and they're not painting a positive picture about you. You know what I'm saying? You've got to be able to say that. Just like, I'm going to share this one with you and I'm going to let it be. But you have a friend who's dating someone, and you know that person is doing nothing but using your friend. And you sit back and, oh, girl, he's so cute. You are so lucky to have him. Or, man, she is beautiful. And, you should be feel blessed to be seen out in public with her. But, these people are not good for your friend. This is your friend. And you want to encourage them to stay with somebody that's cheating, somebody that doesn't give a daggone about them. Come on now. What kind of friend are you? Because I'm going to keep it real with you and say, listen, I know you love this person. I do. But I don't think this is the right person for you, because this person's out here messing with every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the street. And you so in love, but they're not as in love with you as you are with them. They're not as committed to this relationship as you are. And you need to address it with them, and then decide that if they can't get it together, then you're going to go on about your business. I know it's not easy to do. But as my friend, I don't want to see you hurt. Just like I know people that have said, well, I saw so-and-so's other half out. But girl, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I ain't saying nothing, because I don't want to get in the middle of that. And let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you. Now, what you do with that information is on you. What you do with that information is on you. But I can't sit and say that I love you and I care about you. But I know that your other half is out here cheating, but I don't say anything. No, I don't love you and I don't care about you, because you think you've got this committed person and they really aren't. So all I'm saying, to sum all this up, is you've got to seek wisdom from others outside of yourself. If all you do is go on your own wisdom, that might not be enough. And sometimes the wisdom that you give yourself is not worth a daggone. That's not what I was going to say, but it's not worth a daggone. So it's all right to talk to people and ask for their honest feedback. Look for honest wisdom from them, because that's what you need. That's what's going to make you a better person. See, I become a better person when the people around me are calling me on the carpet for my behavior, for my actions, not because they lied to my face, because they just like being in my inner circle. If my behavior is not becoming of Christ, it's all right for you to pull me to the side and say, hey, Shell, come here for a minute. I want to talk to you about the way you handle the situation. I'm not always right. I am not always right. And if I'm not, it's all right to call me on the carpet. That's why people that are closest to me, they know. If you ever see me and I'm wrong with the way I spoke to somebody or the way I handled a situation, pull me to the side and say, come on, Shell, we're better than this. We're better than this. That person didn't deserve that. And I'm all right if you do that. Again, I may not like it, but at the end of the day, I know that you're only telling me this because you care about me. And you don't want me out here treating people like crap when they don't deserve it. So let that marinate in your spirit. Y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Because I have a few things that I need to do, and then I need to jump on a Zoom call at 7 o'clock. And then shortly after that, I'm going to be calling a night, because y'all know my day starts very early. And yeah, it starts early, but I just, y'all, you know, I got up this morning, and one of my songs that I just love, and the artist, he says, "It won't always be like this. The Lord will perfect that concerning me. And sooner or later, it'll turn in my favor. It's turning around for me." I try to listen to that song a couple of times every day, because it's a powerful song. And I only share that with you all to say this. If you're going through something right now, be it the ability to not overstress and overthink things, or whatever it is that you're going through, I just need you to know that it won't always be like this. And if you stop and think about it, it hasn't always been this way. Now, granted, there are some things that you're probably dealing with that you've dealt with for a long time, and it seems like it's always been this way. But for the majority of the things that you're dealing with, it hasn't always been this way. And it's not going to always be this way. God is going to fix it. God is going to turn it around. I just want you to make sure that you are putting whatever that issue is in God's hands, and let him move the way he sees fit to move. Stop putting it in God's hand and then try to tell him how he needs to move on your behalf, because he doesn't need you to do that. Okay? I just wanted to throw that in there for free. Now, if you are new to my channel and you have not subscribed, first of all, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for letting me speak life into you. Hopefully something that I said resonates with you and helps you to stop overthinking things, because I think we all have a habit of overthinking things, but we're going to learn to stop doing that. It's not going to happen overnight, but it can happen. Okay? But yeah, so if something I said resonates with you, I want to say, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Share it with somebody else if you know someone that can benefit from what I just talked about today. And the tips that I gave you, the 10 things I shared with you, will be, as you see on there in my notes, they will be in the description box, so you can go back and read those things later. And if this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. You know, I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your evening. Continue to have a winning Wednesday. I want you to be winning every day, but today is Winning Wednesday. So go out there, enjoy the rest of your evening. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, just be safe in doing it. Make sure whatever it is that you're doing, wherever you're going, is going to help get you to the next level of where you're trying to get to, that has benefit in your life, that is going to take you to the next level. I'm of the mindset now that if it's not going to take me to the next level, I'm just not going to waste my time doing it. There's some things you will do just for fun, but for the most part, if it is not taking me to the next level in my life, I'm not wasting my time doing it, because it serves me no purpose. Okay? So again, I love you all. You know the drill, you know the spiel. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can do about it, because it will never change. Love you all. Come back on Friday. If you're new, I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So come back on Friday, where I'll have another topic to motivate you, to encourage you again. Again, I love you all so, so much. Never forget that. Always remember that. And if you ever need anybody to talk to because you're going through something, always know that you can talk to me. If you look in the description box, there is a Linktree link. Click on that, and every way that you can reach me is in that link. Send me an email. Get on my calendar. Let's talk. Because I don't ever want you to feel like you're going through this life and nobody cares about you or your situation, because I truly do care. I want to make a difference in your life, and I want to help you make a difference in your life, but I can't help you if you don't reach out to me. Okay? Love you all. Talk again on Friday.